Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. So I thought it'd be kind of a fun idea to take a look back at the Avengers costumes and suits and kind of review them and rank them and just kind of have fun, take a look back and see, what the original 6 Avengers, how their costumes kind of progressed a little bit. So let's start with Iron Man and take a look at the Iron Man suits and kind of see the differences, how it's progressed, and I'll tell you which ones I like the best and which one I don't like the best. So in the first Iron Man movie, we had the Mark I, which is the suit he built in the cave. And then they had the Mark II, which is the silver prototype suit. And then the final suit was the Mark III, the red and gold. And then in Iron Man 2, he had the Mark IV suit, which is just a little slightly improved version of the Mark III. And then the Mark V is the suit, the briefcase suit that he used against Whiplash in the Monaco car scene. And at the end of the movie, he gets the Mark VI, which is the one with the new element that he created with the little triangle in his chest. And he uses that also at the beginning of the first Avengers movie. And then he gets the Mark VII at the end of the Avengers movie. Iron Man 3, he primarily uses the Mark 42. I'm not going to go into all of the specialty side suits that he has in that movie that pop up at the end, because he doesn't actually wear those really. Those are just suits that he can throw on Pepper and Rhodey and help out. So then in Avengers Age of Ultron, he gets the Mark 43 to start out the movie, and then of course the Hulkbuster armor, and then by the end of it he has the Mark 45. And then in Civil War, Captain America Civil War, he wears the Mark 46 suit. In Spider-Man Homecoming, he wears the Mark 47 suit. Avengers Infinity War is the Mark 50, and then Avengers Endgame is the Mark 85 suit. And so we're going to kind of go through all these suits. So the Mark 1 is just the simple suit he uses in the cave. And I actually kind of like that as the first suit that he builds. And he actually does, have a little fight with it and everything. But of course, it's not super practical. He can't do much with it. He has has to hook it up to a car battery or something. The Mark II is just a prototype suit, so I'm not really going to rank that. Mark III, I think, is the classic Iron Man suit, and it still just looks sleek and simple. The red, the gold, not too flashy, doesn't have too many bells and whistles. So I think maybe the Mark III would be one of my favorite suits. The Mark IV is just a slightly more upgraded version of the Mark III. It's not really that special. I kind of really like the Mark V, which is the briefcase suit, and I kind of wish we would have used that a little bit more. The fact that it comes out of the briefcase, I like that idea. Thought that was kind of a cool suit, and instead of gold, it's red and silver. So it kind of has a little bit different look, so I kind of like that a lot. And then the Mark VI is the triangle suit, and maybe I've just seen the first Avengers movie a lot, but I could have swore that he had that triangle shape for the rest of the MCU. If you would have told me that's what his suit looked like for the rest of the MCU, I would have been like, yes, it does. It has the triangle. So I don't know why. Maybe I've just seen the first Avengers movie a lot, and that triangle shape is embedded in my brain. But by the end of the Avengers, he actually goes back to the circle with the Mark VII. So I don't know why I thought that, but I think it's the fight scene with him and Thor in the woods. For some reason, that's my picture of the Iron Man suit. And then the Mark VII is okay looking. The Mark 42 is kind of a cooler suit. It's more gold than red, and it's kind of a lighter gold. And it kind of looks maybe like Christmas, because I think it fits in with the tone of the Christmas. And then of course that suit is he's got a little nanotech in his throughout his body, so he can just it flies to him. So that's kind of a cool aspect of that suit, I think. Cool. So I like seeing how he gets into the suit. It progresses with all the movies, which is also pretty cool. The Mark 43 at the beginning of Age of Ultron, that's just it's got a lot of little designs on it. It looks maybe a little too much, I think. I don't know. It doesn't look that great to me. Maybe too much gold. The Hulkbuster's awesome. So we all love the Hulkbuster and how that worked. And of course, Bruce Banner uses that in Infinity War also. So we do see the Hulkbuster a couple times. And then by the end of Age of Ultron, the Mark 45. I actually like the Mark 45. It's a little bit more sleeker, kind of like the original Iron Man suit. A little bit more detailing, but it's a little bit more of an upgrade from the one at the beginning of Age of Ultron. The Civil War suit also is pretty classic. That one also kind of harkens back to the suit from Avengers, the Mark III suit. So I do like the Civil War suit. And then for Spider-Man Homecoming, his suit is red, I think a little bit of gold, but also more of a silver torso, which I think is a little odd, or I don't know why the silver just stands out for me versus the red and gold. So anytime he's got the silver, it looks a little different. But it's actually kind of a nice suit too. And then of course, instead of the circle, his little chest piece becomes more of like a heart symbol shape almost. And again, I could have swore it was a triangle the whole time, but it's more of a heart-shaped symbol when we get to Infinity War and Endgame. And of course, Infinity War, he has the nanotech suit, which again is kind of more like a classic look with the red and the gold, a little more sleeker, less weird detailing. I don't really like the idea of nanotech in the MCU, because then it's just like magic suits almost. I think it works for Tony Stark because we've seen his suits progress and it's almost like he's earned it in a way, and we know how smart he is. But everybody now has like nanotech Iron Man suits. It's a little annoying. And then of course the suit at the end of Avengers Endgame also is kind of more of a classic Iron Man Mark III type of suit, but it's got like a more like slender, like tapering to it, which is kind of interesting. And that's also a like an nanotech suit. So out of all these suits, I think my favorite is maybe still the original Iron Man Mark III suit, but I also really like the Mark VI with the triangle. I think that suit's really nice. I like the Civil War suit a lot. Obviously, I like the Hulkbuster suit a lot. And the Mark 45 at the end of Age of Ultron I like. And then I just like the Mark V because it comes out of the briefcase. I just think that's a pretty cool way to put the suit on. The suit I like the least, I guess it's hard not to say the Mark I just because it's so impractical. But I think like the Mark IV, the suit at the beginning of Iron Man 2, just because it's really just a slight upgrade from the Mark III. He doesn't really do much in it. So that suit's kind of boring. Also, I don't really like the Mark 43 at the beginning of Avengers Age of Ultron. I just think that looks a little too much going on. And I don't really love the Endgame suit, to be honest, because I do think it has like these weird contour shape thingies going on to it. I guess that's kind of my ranking. I would say the best is the Mark III or 6, and the worst is the Mark I or Mark 43. So, yeah, but Iron Man's got some cool suits, and Rhodey has his own set of suits, so we could talk about that later. So, yeah, those are kind of my thoughts. Let me know what favorite Iron Man suits you guys like. Maybe some of you love the suits that I don't like. Maybe some of you hate the suits that I do like. Maybe you got a different take on them. Maybe some of you like the silver. To me, the silver feels a little weird. I don't know why. To me, Iron Man, it should be just red and gold. Keep it simple. But, yeah, let me know what you guys' thoughts are on the Iron Man suits. So thank you all for watching this video, and I will do the original 6 Avengers and their looks, costumes, before I continue with the other Marvel characters. So thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned to more content. And until next time, I am Iron Man. Bye.